Hi, we're here today to talk about supply chain, and we're joined by Chris Lasso, Regional Vice President at RelaDyne. Chris, thanks so much for being here today.
Good morning, Ashley. Thanks for having me.
Chris, can you tell us who RelaDyne is and why your perspective on supply chain challenges is important?
Yeah, so RelaDyne is a national leading lubricant and fuel distributor. We have the nation's largest footprint with over 80 locations, and we're growing through acquisitions. And as a distributor of essential products, we deal with supply chain issues daily, from base product manufacturing to the last mile deliveries to our customer base. So we felt the supply chain crunch all throughout the last 12 months.
Some of your vendors and manufacturing partners are the world's largest lubricant and oil producers, as you mentioned. So what are their concerns and challenges, and how are they working through this?
Well, many of our strategic partners are large global companies, and these companies have struggled over the past 12 months, and we are hearing and expecting them to have continued disruptions for the foreseeable future. A lot of their manufacturing of their base component products are done overseas, so they are experiencing the supply chain issues from the manufacturing base to the shipping from overseas to the logjam at the ports, and then they are experiencing the last mile disruptions with the driver shortages and the trucking issues.
So speaking of these trucking issues, over the last year, it seems that hiring truck drivers has been a real challenge. How bad is it really? And do you see any improvement in sight?
So driver shortages are real. In RelaDyne, we have well over 50 open headcount requisitions for drivers throughout our footprint. In Chicago alone, we have struggled significantly with driver shortages, ability to hire drivers, and when we do find drivers that are open to coming on board, the quality of these drivers are below our normal standards. The supply chain issues, the driver shortages are real. You've had a lot of baby boomers that have left the workforce permanently during the pandemic, and the driver profession has not done a good job recruiting young talent, new talent into the field. So we are going to see this for the foreseeable future, and I think it's going to be up to us and other companies to get creative on how we're sourcing new talent, because I do not see the normal supply chain of talent coming back anytime soon.
Does there seem to be any programs or plans for the industry to attract more women to the field?
Yeah, I think I was reading a publication last week that female drivers are now make up a total of 7% of the overall driving pool, which seems low, but that is an all-time high of what we've seen historically. So I think the opportunities are going to be for diversification in this field. I think female drivers are going to have an opportunity to get into this field. I think there's going to be an opportunity for young people, whether that is a recent college graduate that is looking for a career path in operations that can start out as a driver, or someone coming out of high school or a trade school that is looking for a career path. There are several different career paths drivers can take, and we need to be looking at a lot of different opportunities, and we need to be diversified in our search for a new driver pool of the future.
Does RelaDyne have an optimistic view long-term on the health of the US and the world economy?
Yes. So long-term, RelaDyne has a very optimistic view. We're a growth-oriented company. We continue to make several acquisitions, and we continue to see growth and opportunities in the industry. The economy overall will have its ebbs and flows, but we think through diversification, through channel management, and being a leader in how we supply products, how we source products, and how we recruit, retain, and develop talent will give us an edge and will allow us to continue to grow in the future. So I think what we're seeing right now are issues, but they can be overcome, and it's going to be up to the individual companies and the talent within those organizations to drive new initiatives, be creative, and figure the game out. And at the end of the day, it's a game, and there will be winners and there will be losers. But at this point, RelaDyne feels very optimistic about where we're at, where we're going, and how we're going to continue to achieve growth in the future.
Great. Chris, thank you so much for joining us today. Best of luck to you and RelaDyne in the future.
All right. Thank you, Ashley. Good being here.